When I was 29, I went to Kenya for the first time. I was entranced by its natural beauty and I fell in love with its people, always positive and looking at the bright side of things. What did, however, shock me was to see the rivers running red, brown, and white, with eroded topsoil and the number of slash and burn fires throughout the country. The forests were being cut at an alarming rate by people trying to eke out a living. I immediately felt I needed to do something to change this destructive path and to educate people about the great importance of trees. For the next 7 years, I installed dozens of tree nurseries around the country, mostly at schools, within government nurseries, and with women's groups. I felt that we were successfully growing and planting hundreds of thousands of multi-purpose trees, but that the projects were failing because of my limited understanding of how to include local chiefs in the community process. Almost ready to give up the cause, I met Willie and Nick Potgieter of Redshank Farm, third-generation Kenyan farmers. Together, we established a large tree nursery with over 300 species of multi-purpose trees to plant on their farm and to distribute throughout the Rift Valley. Immediately, we set up a permaculture demonstration site so that future visitors from other parts of Kenya could see how permaculture could vastly increase land fertility, diversity, self-sufficiency, as well as provide reliable economic returns. Over the years, we transformed the land into an abundant oasis with a multitude of income-generating projects and total food security. We have grown millions of trees which have been planted throughout the region. Simultaneously, we helped lots of local farmers to develop small-scale nurseries and to increase food production and diversity. The next logical step was to pass on the knowledge of good land stewardship to the next generation through the primary school system. We started with the 2 closest schools to Redshank, and by the end of that year, we had also set up a community education center for local farmers. We produced a simple step-by-step permaculture manual for local farmers, which has since been distributed throughout Africa by the United Nations. In 2009, I met Kate Dewey, the chair of population medicine from the University of Guelph. She asked if I could install a permaculture project at Bukati Primary School in Western Kenya to help feed students that she had been supporting through a feeding program. Side by side with the students, we transformed 8 acres of land into a highly productive farm in 4 weeks. Within 4 months, the school had reached self-sufficiency, providing daily lunch for all the students. The results were amazing, and the school's academic performance went from last place to first in the district within the first year. For the first time ever, Bukati Primary attended the Regional Gymnastics Championship, where they finished at the top. In 2009, I trained JB to become the head permaculture teacher for Bukati Primary School. In the following year, JB invited me to his farm to show me how he had transformed his own land from a depleted monoculture maize farm into a highly diverse permaculture farm surrounded by lush forest. I was so impressed to see how JB had embraced permaculture. I felt that I had found the local partner to help me transform a community. Since 2009, we have established 6 more permaculture projects within 50 kilometers, and as JB says, permaculture is now spreading like a wildfire that cannot be quenched. We have learned a lot over the last 4 years, especially how to involve the community from the beginning of each project and how to establish local accountability. We have also put an end to financially supported feeding programs, as we found this created an unsustainable dependency. All schools are now well on their way to providing all of their own in-house lunch programs without any additional outside funding. We've also revised our rolling 3-phase model whereby each school is supplied with seeds, trees, and knowledge from formerly established schools, which creates a cooperation as well as a healthy competition between the schools. My greatest affirmation of transforming these communities towards self-reliance is to see how many children have taken their newfound skills back to their family farms to dramatically increase yields and diversity, resulting in food and economic security. Now we are in the 24th year of this initiative, and this year I will again be returning to Kenya with 7 students from my North American Permaculture Academy to help JB establish his own school so that he will be able to teach over 200 men and women annually from all over East Africa. Over the next 5 years, I want to establish 4 additional permaculture academies in Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Malawi with the most capable students that JB will have identified. With your help, together, we will empower millions of people with greater food security, a resilient and restored landscape in East Africa, and a much better economic future for generations to come. Thank you for your interest and time.